What's going on, beautiful people? It is I, your flying locomotive, and faster than a speeding bullet SuperCliff, coming at you live with a brand new video. And for today's majestic and fantastic video, we are back at it with some more DawnofDC, Green Lantern issue number 4. Before we dive into everything that is HalJordan's love life and the evil vendetta Sinestro is planning, if you are new to the channel, then smash that like and subscribe button. That way you guys never miss out on anything that happens on this majestic channel. So what are you waiting for? Let's raise the bar and go full on Super Saiyan. Hit that subscribe button. Thus, without further ado, let's get majestic and fantastic with Green Lantern issue number 4. So our story begins right where the last issue ended, with HalJordan and his arch nemesis Sinestro at a bar conducting a conversation. Because let's be honest, at the end of the day, these guys hate each other. Like, they legitimately cannot stand each other. Hence as to why I use the word conducting a conversation. Now basically Sinestro gets right to the point, for he wants HalJordan's power ring. He wants it so that he can leave Earth behind and travel back to his homeworld, Kroger. Now we don't know why Sinestro is so adamant in returning home, but regardless of why, if Hal doesn't hand over his power ring, then Sinestro will unleash chaos. He will activate the bombs that he's placed all over Coast City. However, realizing that Hal's new ring can only work for him, Sinestro is basically like, fuck it, and from there activates the bombs, which means Hal is now on the clock. But fortunately, Hal knows someone who is quick enough to help out and deactivate the bombs. That being, of course, Barry Allen's The Flash. Thus it's here, folks, where we have ourselves a lovely superhero team-up session. And with the skills of the Flash's speed and HalJordan's majestic willpower, the two heroes are able to save the day and destroy all of the bombs. However, the only downside is that Sinestro was able to escape while our heroes were preoccupied. Now, during their attempt to search for the villain, Hal informs Barry that he's never seen his arch nemesis so emotional. Bombing a city full of civilians just isn't something Sinestro does. And so for his, urgency to the murder of civilians, there's got to be a bigger reason for him to want to return home than simply just for him missing home. Afterwards, both Hal and Barry travel over the Ferris airfield, and here Barry checks out the crime scene, the aftermath of Sinestro's breakage from the last issue. And according to both analysts, both heroes agree that Sinestro used some sort of heavy alien weaponry, so it's quite possible that he's in league with someone else. From there, Carol shows up, and after an awkward conversation to which Barry finds out Carol is engaged to someone else who's not named HalJordan, following that, the two get an alert that something is happening downtown. For it's here we have ourselves a tornado in the middle of the city. But this ain't your basic tornado. This is the villain, Major Disaster. For the baddie is using his powers to inflict massive damage via tornado and loads of meteors. Eventually, both heroes are able to take out Major Disaster. But after doing so, one thing becomes very clear. That being the villain's powers were heightened. They were more powerful than per usual. And thus it's here where the two heroes hang out on top of a rooftop to discuss the matter at hand. And here we have two buds talking about life. Flash brings up the fact that he's surprised to see that Carol is marrying someone else, but Hal tells him that he's fine with it, despite the fact that he really isn't. Because at the end of the day, Hal doesn't want to stop Carol from living a life. Being a Green Lantern is tough. Your life and your schedule is never set in stone. Who's to say they'll be here on Earth in a year's time? Who's to say that he won't be dead? Hal, for the first time in his life, is willing to act responsible towards Carol, no matter the heartache. From there, the two beings then begin to talk about what they know so far. And given what's happened, the incident with the Manhunter suits, Sinestro's use of alien tech, along with Major Disaster's upgrades, someone is clearly passing out alien weaponry like it's candy on Halloween. Therefore, this is a top priority, because if someone like Sinestro is getting free weaponry, the results could be catastrophic. And speaking of chaos, back at the Ferris airfield, the fighter jets that have been tested on are suddenly turned on and without a wasted second, take off into the sky, likely to sow further chaos. And that, folks, was the end of Green Lantern issue number 4. And thank you guys for checking out my video, as it truly means the world to me. So here we are again, folks, another comic and another opinionated take. So as I've said before, one of my main issues with JeremyAdams' Green Lantern series is the fact that each issue has contained very little story. It's sort of like a chicken bone. The best ones are always the ones with the most meat on them. And so for the past 3 issues, that has not been the case. Interesting stuff, yes, but very bare. Fortunately, that is not the case for this issue. Is the comic as meaty as, let's say Jonathan Hickman's comic? No, but out of all the issues thus far, this one has the most. The comic does 2 things. It handles the confrontation between Hal and Sinestro well. It also handles Hal's character specifically the situation between him and Carol Ferris, your typical love shenanigans and whatnot, and it does it wonderfully with the appearance of Barry Allen's The Flash. So yeah, you get some superhero action, superhero team up, which is great if you're a fan of the friendship between Hal and Barry. So yeah, overall the comic is good. I'm hopeful that the series continues with this momentum and we get more story and more issues, and more about what's going on with Sinestro and what his end game is, and who is it exactly that's, handing out these weapons. We knew that aliens in disguise were offering weaponry to other forces, but who is it exactly? So yeah, overall, this issue is definitely an improvement of the previous ones, and yeah, let's see where this goes. So yeah, as always, I'm your majestic sayer of words, SuperCliff, and if you guys are new to the channel, then do me a solid by smashing that like and subscribe button, and also the notification bell so that you'll never miss out on an upload, and so that you'll always be kept up to date with your favorite top tier comics happening in the comic book world. Now tell me, what are your thoughts and opinions on this issue? Are you guys excited for issue number 5? Let me know down in the comment section below. And until the next video, peace. Giggity goo.